Hello, Borough faculty. Just wanted to share with you some information about how to do a discussion post based off of your feedback from the clickers that we did in our faculty meeting. So one of the requests was, how do you do a discussion post? There are several ways, so this is just my sandbox course, but you can do this in your regular course or your resources. Typically, you always want to start with the Add Materials by clicking the down arrow, the chevron here. And when you click that, you can just go down to Add Discussion. And that would open up a window that you would then put your discussion post in. And I'll show you how that works in a moment. But let's say you're on the fly and you want to add it into a particular folder so you don't have to move things around later on. You'll see when you hover underneath here, you'll see a little green button. There you go, right there. If you click on the green button, it will actually create the discussion post in that folder. So I'm going to put it in my Unit 1 All About Me, and I'm going to title it, If You Were a Business. And perhaps this is just an introductory discussion. My instructions I might put here, please respond to the following prompt. So as you can see, here's my discussion board post. I just arbitrarily made this one up. If you were a business, what product or service would you sell to consumers? And close the parentheses here, or quotation marks. And then my instructions were all students must post a minimum 100-word reply, read and respond to at least 4 students' posts, pick 2 male and 2 female, and if there are already 2 responses, find another classmate to respond to. So I am going to make this a graded assignment. So we can select a due date and a time if you so choose. Perhaps you want students to see a file or view a link, or maybe you have a resource you want them to go to, or perhaps you want them to listen to an audio-video recording of you explaining a prompt. Or if you're a language teacher or language B teacher, maybe you're saying something in French or Spanish and they need to respond to it. Then you will click Enable Grading, and if you have a rubric already in place, you can upload the rubric or give it some kind of numerical assignment. So you can create the rubric right here based off of how you choose to grade them. Now these are kind of the critical parts. The critical parts here are you can individually assign this to particular students if you so choose. Or you want to make sure you publish it. And I love this part here. Members cannot see responses until this is checked. So when you click this, and it now is colorful, it will require members to post something before they can respond to somebody else. So they can't steal other students' ideas. It's a great way to check and make sure students are creating their own authentic answers. And if you want to choose to copy this to other courses, you can. And then you hit Create. And you'll see it post up. I did not select a category field, so I'm going to create a new category because I don't have one established. And I'm just going to call this Discussion Boards, but it could be any grading category that you choose. And now you will see this right here, if you are a business. So students can select this if they choose. Excuse me. They'll complete this when they choose. And it looks a little bit like that. So we could respond here and post it and have an interactive discussion board. So this is information on Schoology, creating discussion boards within any course, any folder, for a grade or no grade.